So today we are going to be ranking, well, I'm going to be ranking Five Nights at Freddy's 1 characters and why they are the rank they are. First off, we got Phone Guy. So, I mean, he's Scott, night 1, he introduces us.
Hello? Hello? I wanted to record a message for you to help you get settled in on your first night.
Night 2, he tells us that we're eventually going to die.
It might be a good idea to peek at those cameras while I talk, just to make sure everyone's in their proper place. Also, check on the curtain in Pirate Cove from time to time.
Night 3. Does he say anything on Night 3?
Hey, you're doing great. Most people don't last this long.
I don't know. But he's the first phone guy and the most iconic phone guy. So you know what? He's going A tier. Also, he died on Night 4. So you know what? We'll give my max load. We'll give him the benefit of being A tier. Then we have Mike Schmidt or Michael Afton, who we play as. So I mean, it's us. We're goated. We're okay. Seriously though, he's the guy that carries us through the whole game. Right? So I mean, we gotta rank him somewhere up there on that list because we have. Okay, I freaking goofed. Okay, as I was saying, if we play good, then he's goated. If we play bad, then he just sucks. So I'm gonna rank him B tier. Because granted, he gets stuffed. He has a pretty cool end screen where he gets stuffed, but like, I don't know. Especially movie Michael Afton. He was kind of mid, honestly. He looked how I would. Okay, we're obviously not talking about movies, but like he looked how you would assume, right? Right. But he didn't look right. That didn't make sense. But he is the guy we play for FNAF 1, Night 702, there's still a debate on that. And then we don't play. Okay, Blue Drop. I personally think on, well, not Lord Drop Theory, Night 7 of FNAF 2, we actually play, because it's custom night. I think we actually play as Michael Afton, because in one of the party rooms we have paper pals, and I think there's like a 1 in 100 chance that he will move into the office. So on the previous nights, we do not see that. That does not happen. There's not a chance of it happening. And then we go into FNAF 3, and so the paper pals move, and I think this might be some. So we know in FNAF 3 he's freaking losing it. He's seeing the Phantom animatronics out of this world. Not high, but out of this world. So I think maybe it's part of his hallucinations start in FNAF 2. Because FNAF 2 starts in 1987. And FNAF 3 happens what? 2025, 2023? I know it's modern day. And so I think these hallucinations started back in 1987, which I just noticed. Mike is old. This dude is old. He's old as dirt. But and then the hallucinations started getting really, really bad here in FNAF 3, where we see the paper pals in FNAF 3 office. I almost beat FNAF 3, but I didn't play it enough, or I just didn't notice the paper pals. I did play on Halloween Day. I did a small stream, and I did the Halloween mode, somewhat, barely, none whatsoever, just enough to look at the office, and I went back in FNAF 1, 2, whatever. That's not the point. But I think he is tripping out at the point of FNAF 3. FNAF 3 is when it gets worse, because I think at this point Circus Baby's party world might have passed, and so he's already been scooped. He's already the second the real life purple guy. I don't know, but if he isn't, then he's getting pretty goddamn close. Because I mean, you gotta be high or something to want to go back to friggin' all these locations. Like, I get he's trying to redeem or whatever what his dad done, but you just gotta be out of your mind, my dude. So I mean, I think this is why, because there's a lot of lore behind Mike. Mike is the player. He's the player. Carried us through, whatnot. And so yeah, I think that's reasonable. Because if we just play the game Dookie, if we just keep dying in night one over and over and over and over and over, then he goes to F tier. That guy sucks. He's crappiest bodyguard of 2026. Well, 1990. But you also have to think, he survived night 7, night 6, this dude got scooped and still survived. Still survives. He's still standing, my dudes. So I think that's reasonable. So moving on, we have Golden Freddy. I never really encountered Golden Freddy other than the It's Me Easter egg in FNAF 1, but I mean, Golden Freddy's still kind of goated because it's partially Cassidy and that other kid that I forgot. I think Ethan or some, I don't know, one of the other kids. It's split soul because I might be wrong here. I haven't really brushed up on it a little while, but I'm pretty sure Cassidy was already rotting away. Or no, not Cassidy. The kid before Cassidy, Evan or whatever, was rotting away in Golden Freddy. And then Afton just stuffed that other kid into Golden Freddy. Well, Cassidy being that other kid. So it split souls, and then I guess the agony makes it even more powerful, and wanting them winning the Night Guard and everyone else dead. Because I guess they blame all adults for whatever. Which I feel, going off topic, but I feel like that's kind of valid. Because if the parents didn't, like, I get they didn't know what was going on. They might have heard of the kids, but like, oh, it's not going to happen to my kid. I get that, you know, their parents should have been like, I don't know, it's kind of shady. You have to think, this is back in the 90s. Or in 1880s, whatever. Not 1880s, but the 80s and whatever. So we have the premise of it's normal. So we got Chuck E. Cheese, we have a city, and it wasn't Ryan Steakhouse. I forgot the place of it, but it was like had the dancing mannequins. I'll ask my aunt later, she's old. But this kind of stuff was normal, and we had Chuck E. Cheese animatronics. This stuff was normal. You took your kids there. They were going to have a good time, eat some crappy pizza, and play with their friends. Alright, they're going to have fun at the arcade and whatnot. Everything was going to be good. It was going to be good and cheery. Alright. Nobody knew that just at one of these businesses, there would be a homicidal maniac murdering kids. Because I don't know. This is some Criminal Minds stuff. Willie and Afton's going to be on Criminal Minds. I just know this crap for a fact. But to Golden Freddy, really wants revenge, and it's kind of goated, because vengeance, it's just, I don't know, it's goated. I don't know, I was gonna have some big speech there about vengeance, but then my brain just completely shifted out of focus, and yeah. Anyways, though, okay, I'm gonna come out and say it, this video's not scripted. It's not scripted. That's why I'm screwing this up a lot. I should have scripted this, but I was not that smart. But basically, Golden Freddy is just goated. Doesn't follow laws of... And this dude sits down the whole freaking time and still somehow manages to get their revenge. And also, I guess, at that period, maybe protect the other kids? I don't know. I really don't know. I'm supposed to be know the lore. I don't. I just know Cassidy wants revenge. Alright. And to be able to, like, bend the normal laws of physics. And so, I have another theory. So, Golden Freddy is what? I think the locked room? I don't know. But I think Golden Freddy might be another hallucination. Golden Freddy does exist, yes. But I think the souls or whatever is messing with Mike in FNAF 1 and making him hallucinate. Because it just appears. Like, it just appears. We don't see him, we don't hear about it. So, I don't know. But nonetheless, he's going in A tier. And yes, everyone on this list is going to rank pretty high, because FNAF 1's goated. Now we have Freddy. I don't have much to say about this dude. Face of FNAF, but he was a nuisance in my FNAF 1 playthrough. I hated this dude so bad. So I would put him in F tier, but here. He's going in F tier, but F for Freddy. There. But he just, absolute menace. I don't have no insane theory about this dude. He's just a freaking menace. Foxy. So, this dude. Okay, I hate him, okay? I hate him. I don't hate the character. I hate him in the games. This dude comes freaking Usain Bolt down the left hallway, and I just know I better close that door. I just better kiss my balls goodbye, because there ain't no way I'm surviving this dude. He's cool, yes. He's annoying as all get out, and his jump scare, if you're not at the monitor, or not in the monitor rather, it's just basic. He's just like, you got games on your phone, brother? You got some fried chicken? I could really use some great Kool-Aid, my dude. But, I mean, when you're in the camera, you do get the pretty cool jump scare of him just biting your face off, basically. So that's pretty dope. Pretty dope indeed. But, I mean, play-wise, like, him running down the hallway, Usain Bolt, it's just, yeah, it's a pain in the... I think he's pretty goated. And one of my favorite YouTubers, Fusion Z Gamer, it does have Foxy as its profile pic, and he loves Foxy as well. So, you know what? I would put him in C tier, but he has such a goated character model that he's just B tier. Now we have Endo01. I am not going to lie. I've never really seen him in the game. He's in the back room. I know there's that cool Easter egg where his eyes are hollowed, I think. I don't know. I've never encountered that one. But I know he gets a bigger role in FNAF 2 when he crawls through the vents. I don't think he can ever kill you. I don't know. But he's just... He goes in F for Freddy, because I get we had it there for representation, but the game could have went without... Okay, you know what? Freddy and Endo01 do not deserve to be in the same tier, so you know what? This is no longer F for Freddy. It's just F tier. Alright. And this becomes D for Freddy. Freddy. There we go. D for Freddy. There. Now, okay. I wasn't paying no attention to when I made this list. We got Cupcake. Freaking Cupcake. That dude annoying. Doesn't serve... I don't think he serves a purpose in FNAF. Golden Freddy's freaking staring at me. I don't think he serves a purpose in FNAF 1. I could be wrong. But I know in Help Wanted, or he's an item, and then if you pick him up, there's a coin under him. I also know in FNAF 4, I think the Cupcake... Yeah, you get the cup... I think... No, that's Nightmare Foxy, then. I remember there being some Nightmare version of the Cupcake that gets the jump scare. I don't know, I might be wrong. But, I mean, it's part of Chica. Chica's pretty cool, so we'll put it in C. I mean... You know, I kind of rethink it. I don't have anything insanely dope about Cupcake. It's just, it goes in D for Freddy. It's not Endo level because it does serve a purpose. It does get the cute little well, not really cute. It's more like an annoying nuisance of an alarm and Secrets of the Mimic. Well, okay, side rant. Yes, I might be dragging the video time out a little bit. Side rant. I love Secrets of the Mimic. I love that game. People complain, oh, I don't get to be in an office all day. I don't get to sit in the office for 7 nights in a row and do the same freaking thing every night, but it gets harder each night. I love that we're getting more like story game modes and like actually getting to free roam and go around the maps. Don't get me wrong, I love the Office FNAF games. I really loved Help Wanted and the concept of Help Wanted, because you basically bought Help Wanted and you got most of the games. But like, people crapped on Secrets of the Mimic too much because it was different. Yes, ever since they stole Wool, the price of all the newer FNAF games went up by quite a bit. Yes, I get that. But it's not like it's Scott's fault. You pay a big company to get a big game, there's going to be a big price because of production cost. Not to mention you gotta do coding, all the 3D assets, the art, the concept art, the voice lines. You have to make the lore make sense. Like, it's good. And we have the whole pyramid of MCM, Freddy Fazbear Entertainment, and then the third one I quite remember. I can't quite remember. But it was pretty dope. It was pretty dope. I like Secrets of the Mimic. I think it was a good game. Now, don't get me wrong, Security Breach is still kind of a piece of trash. I mean, I like the game, but like, gameplay-wise, bug-wise, it was just a trash heap. That game sucked. Bad. But, like, story-wise, it was pretty good. I liked it. I enjoyed watching it. I'm gonna play it eventually. But Secrets of the Mimic, why is it wrong? Like, why is it wrong when someone does something different? Because, like, we got 4, 5, 6, 7 games that were exactly the same, just with different assets. There's not a thing wrong with that. There's not a thing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong, but it gets repetitive to do the same thing over and over and over again, which is kind of what we've seen with FNAF 1 through Sister Location. No, I'm not forgetting about Into the Pit, but it's just like, you gotta do something different eventually. You gotta stir the pot a little bit. You can't just do the same thing, because then you're gonna have the complaint of, oh, the game's the same as all the other ones. Oh, I wanted something different. I didn't want to buy a game I already had again. Don't complain when you get something new. That's not how this works. You get something new, you enjoy it. Yes, Secrets of the Mimic was a bit at launch, and and the VR launch was like horrible. But we got something different. We got something fun. We got something creative. In my opinion, that made it worth it. It's worth that $40 for like the 6 hours of gameplay you get, and then the 2 hours if you want to do parachute ending or the moon ending. And then we even got the moon minigame, where it was like you had to do the RPG quest. That was, me personally, I don't have the patience for that, but watching that, it was pretty cool. Because there's so many things you can do, so many things that can go wrong. And so, like, it was fun. But yeah, that's enough of my side rant about Secrets of the Mimic. Now, hold up. I got another rant. Sorry. But Into the Pit, I think it was good, but it could have been executed differently. Like, I don't think it's canon to the series. I think it's canon to the books. I might be wrong. But the execution was a little off. Like, we got a new game style, which was pixel art, and I got the game for free, so I can't really complain. But it was just, it's too slow. The pacing is off, and it doesn't hold your hand, which it shouldn't. But you should get hints. I had to Google how to do a lot of stuff. That should not happen. You should, now, a couple things here and there, like how to do this, how to do that, that's fine. I shouldn't have to Google like how to do main parts of the game. I shouldn't have to do that. And the pixel art style, it just, compared with the jump scare, it just didn't do it. It was cool, like, it was really, really good art, really, really cool. Jump scares were really, really cool. But as a scary horror game, it didn't cut it for me. It didn't cut it. It just really didn't. Anyway, moving on. We got Chica. Chica, we have an iffy relationship. So this dude appears in my right hallway, right? And so I'm like, what's up? I don't know. I don't know where I was going with that. But power is 10% Foxy Usain Bolt down the hallway, and then we got Chica in the right hallway. I can't keep both doors closed at 4 a.m. I slam Foxy's door closed, and I slam the other door closed, and I just hope and pray, because Foxy drives the power down. I'm at 1% now. One of two things happens. Chica just skedaddles away, or Chica stays in the window, doesn't even attempt to bother the door. And so that power go up. One of two things will happen again. Either Chica will devour my soul, or I've had this happen quite a few times. I sit in the office for the last 2 hours with no power, just hoping and praying that I will make it. And this has happened like 2 or 3 times to me. And somehow, miraculously, I make it. Like, it's just, I sit there on edge. There's nothing I can do. I can't look at my monitor. I'm just hoping, praying to God I do not get jump scared. Most of the time, Chica screws me over and kills me. But still a pretty good character. So, you know what? B tier. Which actually, now that I'm looking at this map, Foxy actually goes to A tier. Foxy's a good character. He's good. Now, Bonnie. I saved the best for last because I love Bonbon. I can branch out about. I think it's cool that that Scott Cawthon had nightmares about this character. Like, that's how good he was at making his own games. You can have nightmares of your own character and it frighten you while you're working on a game. That you're doing something right. You are going to scare kids when they're younger, and that's what happened to me. FNAF 4 traumatized me. I could not sleep. I was banned for FNAF period when I was younger. But it's still I don't know. It's just really cool. I love Bonnie. I love the character design. It might be because purple's my favorite color. I don't know. I also think it's cool that canonically he does not follow the laws of physics, and he's the aggressor. So he is holding back from the player. It's like he knows something, really. He could just waltz in there and beat the crap out of him. But he chooses not to. And in the trailer, we get the cool scene where he takes his mask off. I was hoping to see that. We didn't get it, but that's not Bonnie's fault. That's more of Cawthon's fault. But he also has a pretty decent jump scare. He really does. He's not flailing around like a retard, Freddy, but he's still cool regardless. Like, Bonnie, dude, you're cool. You're cool. You're still my favorite, dude. And I think the movie Bonnie looked pretty good. He was a bit stiff, if you get what I'm saying. Not like that, but if you get what I'm saying, like. But movie Bonnie looked pretty cool, and it represented Bonnie. But we also see that he is holding back. If the movie, I get movies aren't canon to the games, yada yada, the more to the books, oh, I'm smart, but it's still pretty dope. But at the same time, I kind of wish he did follow doesn't obey the laws of physics, can fly into outer space and come back down with a meteorite if he wants to. Which, I don't know what Scott was thinking. Okay, so I watched Rosie's Pop Parlor, and why this wasn't possible for these robots to move. So if it's not possible for these robots to let alone move, but be able, because mind you, this is the 1990s, to this day, we have still not been able to do something like as this, right? We had the hydraulics, the other hydraulics, the servo thingies we have now, and it's still pretty, I don't really know, but it also kind of bends to realism, because it's like, oh, so my thing with FNAF, this would still be going on to this day, because FNAF 3 would have just now occurred. Or, well, not just now occurred, but like 6 years ago during the coughs, it probably would have, but nonetheless, this would still be going on. So it's kind of hard to, don't get me wrong, I love Bonnie, but it's kind of hard to believe he would actually break the laws of physics and be able to fly. It just, I can't justify that being possible. So it just it warps a little bit, which okay, we're good. After I get my theory out in my rant, I'll rank them. But so FNAF movies, right? We have William Afton and Vanessa. So as we know, in security, sorry if you hear these random sounds like this, or that's that I'm playing with my boom arm because ADHD or whatever. But we get Vanessa. So we know in Security Breach, Vanessa is the rabbit, the one that everybody has a giant crush on for some reason. And so I kind of think it's still possible we could get like I know we're getting FNAF movie 3, and it's gonna follow, like it's gonna be somewhat similar to the games. But I feel like we potentially might get the possibility of okay, this is the theory part, by the way. We might possibly get the Security Breach version of a movie, because Grandpa Scraptrap could still be able to possess Vanessa, because we know Vanessa's having whatever issues with her nightmares, and seeing Will and Afton still. Granted, she did drop him. She spin the blick on him and whatnot, but we still have the firm possibility, because we know he got spring locked, right? He is rotting. He is not alive. And we know that, I don't know if this is going to be canon to the movies, because it's supposedly based off the books, which is, I'll talk about that later. But there's still a strong possibility that FNAF Pizza Sim might happen, because Mike might want to open his own pizzeria and be like, oh, this can't be this hard. And then we get Scraptrap, because he winds up in the back alley. Which, mini rant. How the frick does... I don't know if we're playing as Michael Efton in Pizza Sim, but how the frick does dude look at Springtrap and not be like... Or Scraptrap and be like, I've played these games before. But you know what? Money's money. Yeah. So, and then we could see the Pizzaplex. Maybe not until I'm in my 30s or 40s we'll get the movie. But because the Pizzaplex is freaking huge. But I think we could get that potentially. Maybe it's open and they go there. And then Vanessa somehow at the Pizzaplex or something. I don't know how that play out. I don't know how far they're gonna go with the movies. Because we were supposed Scott's last project was supposed to be Help Wanted, which I guess what that meant is something he worked on like by himself. But I guess that just meant like he's not gonna be a solo dev. He's gonna work with Steel Wool, because I think Epic bought the rest of FNAF. I don't know. Yeah, because the free games are in the Epic store. I don't know. But it might not happen in a reasonable timeline. It might not happen at all. Okay, second complaint is, well, not complaint, but rant, is that I think the books, other than the Twisted ones, which I love the Twisted ones, I would have loved to get a Twisted Ones game, but basically what I'm trying to say is the movie shouldn't have followed the books. I don't know if it's supposed to follow the books. I didn't read the books, but okay, I'm gonna do 2 rants here. So if it does follow the books, we did not need a movie adaptation of the books, because the books are already like comics as is. So we already get that visualization. We needed a game or a movie on the games. That would have been the cherry on the freaking cake, my dudes. Because we're playing the games, but we don't get to actually like take a lot of it in. And I think a movie where we watch Mike Smith or Michael Afton go through FNAF 1, FNAF 2, 3, Sister Location, whatnot, and then we can get movies on Help Wanted and see who we're actually playing as. Because, going back to Security Breach Theory a little bit, Vanessa was supposedly in, I think, FNAF 2 or Help Wanted 1 or 2, and then that's how he possessed her, which could lead to a movie. But I think if we got an actual movie about the games, and I might be wrong, I'll do the research after I say all this, but I think like an exact version, not exact, but a version of the game into a movie instead of them revisiting would have been much better. But anyways, that ends my yap session. And Bonnie's my favorite, so you already know where he's going. Yeah, that's mostly it. If y'all want to see FNAF 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, whatever, just if this performs well, I'll do it. If it doesn't, then unfortunately don't expect another one. But have a good one.